a lot more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, we are live. It's still glitchy. Hey everybody, I hope you can hear us. Yeah. And of course,
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, go get you something to drink, man.
I got it right here.
Okay, we should be. Let me go. Oh wait, there we go. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, we don't need that. Stick with me, people. Okay, we're live. This is our chat screen right here. And we may have to go with another. All right, well let's get some jam tracks going here. Yeah, let's get some jam tracks going. And, yeah, don't listen to this. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, not quite as smooth as I was hoping it would be.
The weather.
And of course, somebody has to call. Let's see what the dog's barking about real quick. Be right back. Okay, sorry everybody. We are just trying to figure all this out and making sure. I'm not even sure if the mics are What kind of phone do you have? iPhone?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't even know if this is.
That's probably why they're calling you, tell you that it's not
Probably.
working. Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if it's
Somebody-
okay, sound is working. Okay. Alright. Sorry guys. Let me turn off my phone. So I think put it in airplane mode, I think. No. Alright, let's see if that works. Not feeling that one either.
Alright, let's talk.
Let's talk. Good idea. Let's talk. Let me make sure we got good audio here. We're gonna put this back in. Yeah.
I got people already, you know.
Okay,
asking
good,
questions,
good.
like,
Okay, questions.
You got something, that's your amp, that's your, something is, it's probably your phone.
It is my phone. You're right. I'm all Twitter-pated. Okay. Wish to focus. Sit here and try to focus for a second. I'm just gonna sit here and pick on this for a second. How's your day been?
It's good, man. Good day. Good, you know, I'm breathing. God is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about yours?
It's been a rough day.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're having to put one of our animals to sleep today. My wife is doing that right now.
I'm sorry, man. That sucks.
Yeah, it's just we hate to see the animal suffering, you know, and so it's the best thing for the animal,
Yeah.
but not
For you.
for us. Yeah, but so everybody, this is Strikes and Strings, and you're with us on a live stream this crazy Friday. I'm sitting here with amp builder James Cowell. Say hi.
Hey everyone. I'm James.
Yeah.
You know,
You're from Belize.
I'm from Belize, and I love building amps more than playing guitars, I guess. And you know, I call myself an artist, and being an artist is not just playing an instrument.
Right.
You know, art is more than just playing an instrument or singing. It's an art is a passion. Art is a passion, and I think a lot of people we misunderstand the statement of being an artist. You know, you can be an engineer, or a banker. You're an artist. You're passionate about what you do. You're an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's and you express yourself through
Yes.
transistors and transformers. And,
Yes.
And the such. I am looking for something real quick. So tell me, when did you start building?
Well, I think for me it started when I was a kid. The curiosity of what, you know, and how something works. Like I remember first time I saw someone play a guitar on TV, and
Yeah.
the way they made that sound, and I was like, you know, I was intrigued by the guitar, but I was more intrigued about why is it doing that sound?
Right.
You know, like why is it playing? Where's that sound coming from? You know, I grew up in church where my brothers and my dad played guitar. You know, but you know, it wasn't until I heard a guitar amp, and I was like, whoa, what is that? Like, what's that? You know, especially that overdrive or that reverb or that tremolo. I'm like, what? And you know, my mind went like, I want to know. You know,
Right.
so I guess that's where it started, being curious about, you know, the sound and, you know, and a lot of my playing, the way I play, you know, of course, you know, I started playing guitar before I built amps.
Right.
So a lot of my playing I learned in Belize. I remember.
When did you start playing?
Oh man, I think I was like, well, you know, honestly, I grew up around it. I always wanted to play guitar, but my brothers and you know, of course, the elders were, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Right.
So now, you know, they were like, slap my fingers because don't touch the guitar. You know, I was like 9, 10 years, don't touch it. I guess until I was like 15 or 16, I bought my first guitar. That, you know, I think the action was like 9 miles apart. And my mom actually helped me bought the guitar. But you know, so now looking back, I have very expensive guitars at home. And I just let my kids play with it.
I know you do.
know,
I know. I've been there.
You know, so I want them to enjoy it. You know, I want them to. I feel like if I don't know how, you know, I was 15, 16. I guess I picked it up and. Sound, the curiosity of learning more about amplifiers and, you know, how to make an instrument sing and how to make an instrument. You know, the player, you can have just a regular guitar and just play, you know, but then if you go, you know, it's something different. There's something, but you can do that with an acoustic, but it's not the same, you know. So I'm like, that's cool, but I'm like, but why? Why does it sound like that?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then learning about tubes, tube technology, you know, so I went from learning, you know, how to convert how to rectify AC to DC, and the old technology, you know, there is tubes that actually do that, and then it feeds off to our power tubes, and then our output tubes, and it's all point-to-point soldering. And then I started understanding about capacitors and resistors, potentiometers. I started understanding about wiring in general, and honestly, I remember just doing it because I love it, not because someone told me, hey, you need to do this because, you know, this is what you should do. No, I believe that I was born with it. You know, God instilled that DNA in me that's, hey, you know, this is what you're gonna love, and this is what you're passionate about. And once I found that niche in my life, and
So, how many amps do you think you built?
well, I'm a what you call a garage
builder?
hobby builder. I don't do it for a living. I do it because that's how I spend a lot of my time when I'm not working and paying bills.
Right.
Probably about 17 amps.
Wow.
You know, but I have actually worked on a lot of high-end guitar amps.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of the schematics of a lot of the amplifiers, like Boogie and
Marshall,
Marshall, they are online. You know, as long as you understand how to read that schematic, you start comprehending and you start tweaking stuff and you start making it your own. One of the things that Picasso said that grasped me in my younger days, that he said, you see a painting, it's beautiful, right? But he said, if you can't make your own brush to make that painting, it's technically not really your own art, because someone had to build that brush.
Oh,
Because
wow.
building, yeah, I know, right? Because,
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
because building a brush, like a paintbrush,
Right. That's
it's
your.
stupid easy. You know, it's like to build, it's, why not? If I'm a painter, of course I'm gonna build my own brush.
I love that, man.
So,
I never even thought
Yeah,
about it like
Picasso
that.
built his own brushes, you know.
Wow.
He probably didn't build his own canvas, but, you know, his own background, but he built his own brushes. And it's the same thing with the guitar amp for me. I build my own tone, like my own sound, and I want to sound. I've built a couple amps. I remember I built this one amp that I can't replicate it. I tried to replicate it.
Which one?
It was
It's kind of similar to the toolbox that you have.
And I'm just trying to get my phone up because I want to do some close-ups. If I can figure out how to do it.
So I took a part of an old organ from the 60s and I changed a lot of the circuit. I kept a lot of the, like, where the tubes are based on and the transformers, but I changed a lot of the circuit to get that tone out. And for some reason,
I'm going to start showing the.
yeah, I cannot. I remember. I mean, I do remember everything that I did to it, and y'all can find this online. Like, y'all can go online and find schematics, but it's what you make it to be your own, and what you understand about what you want, and sometimes it's just a feeling. But of course, you don't want to use. It got to be in the range of.
Right.
The science behind capacitors, resistors, and transformer. You gotta have, you know. There's more to it, but once you understand that, I'm talking on my perspective, not on just
Oh boy.
anybody's perspective. So
It's picking us up. I'm just trying to show the amp here. Waiting for it to go through. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the toolbox that you built from, or you didn't build it for me, but I had to have it.
so that toolbox, the amp inside of it, I had to modify a lot of the circuitry in it, but it's what you call a boutique amp.
Yeah.
A boutique guitar amp, and a lot of it you can, you know, find online. A lot of it similar to it, and a lot of guys out there they do a lot of tweaking on it, and but it's fun, man. You know, there is a group of people that love doing stuff like that, and those are some of the amps that I have built.
Hold that thought for a second. I really want to do. Everybody who's watching, I am going to try to switch up modes real quick so I can lose the jitters, so you can actually see the stuff we're talking about without it being all jittery. So give me 1 second, and if it disconnects, please stay on and it'll pop right back up. Give me 1 second. Okay. We're still on, but yeah, we're still on. I'm just going to try to, let me see. Yeah, because, yeah. Okay, we're live again. It's still jittery, but you know what? We're just going to have to go what we got. Trying to make this work. Yep. So let's go back to talking for a second. So were you? Do we have everybody back? Yeah, I think we do. Okay. So in Belize, what is the music scene like there?
There's a lot of in Belize. There's a lot of genre, comes to music, but a lot of Caribbean, a lot of reggae, a lot of calypso, soca, punta music.
Wow, I don't
yeah,
even know what those are.
yeah. Early mornings there's a radio station plays country music like from 4 a.m. to like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. I know because my mom used to get up early and they play country music. So I learned a lot of country music. Just being up early with my mom, and then at a certain time on the weekend they played some blues, which really captured my my ears and my attention. The blues. And then when I came to America, I heard B.B. King play. I just got messed up after that. Yeah. So there's a lot of American influence music in Belize. There's a lot of rap.
Is there rap, really?
A lot of people listen to it, but I don't think it's, when it comes to like the music scene, I think it's more like the reggae, the soca, a lot of the Caribbean beat music. So, and in the churches, of course, there's the general, just the worship.
Worship music.
Yeah, worship music.
I'm gonna try to do a nice mellow backing track. Let me see what I come up with, and something we can just sit back and kind of just easily jam to if we want to. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, major or pentatonic stuff. Let's see. How about this? Let's see what this is.
and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know, I don't build amp for a living. I build it for a hobby.
Right.
I have fun with it, and
Oh,
you know,
sorry.
and it, you know, playing music, like I was saying, it's I think music has opened a lot of doors for me, and it's just the art behind it, not just because you play an instrument, you're an artist. It's not that, you know. It's more to it. Passion makes you, you know. Someone told me once, an old, wise, gray hair man told me that once you love something deep enough, it will reveal itself to you. You know, once you love something deep enough, and me putting these amps together, and building these amps, even putting the circuit together, and understanding circuitry was not something that my dad or my uncle or my brother told me, hey, you need to learn this.
Right.
It wasn't that, or I didn't grow up around it. I grew up in the jungle, you know. I had no shoes, man. I didn't know anything about it, you know.
Wow.
So it was something that I got intrigued and loved doing, and because I loved it so much, I literally, you know, by the time, you know, I was in my early 20s, you know, the internet was rolling.
Yeah.
So there was a lot to learn online. There was so much, I think a lot of my education in that came from that. And I did get a degree in electrical technology and mechatronics.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so you know, I do have. I work as an engineer with PLCs.
And what are PLCs?
Programmable logic controllers, and basically they're CPUs. They're industrial CPUs for big machine in the industrial world.
Okay.
So you can find them in robotics, conveyor machines, and something that works daily, 24/7 for automation.
Okay.
So that's what I do, and I have fun with it. I literally do. Every time I go to work, it's fun. It's really fun for me. It's, you know.
Well, hey, they say if you truly love what you're doing for work, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, I guess so, you know, but, you know, I heard that term after I was doing it. I was like, oh, okay. You know, I was like, but, you know, like I said, you know, I think, you know, you find your niche, and you find what you love, and you go after what you desire, what your heart's desire, and what you love. And of course, you know, in the middle of all of this, you know, I always seek God. You know, I'm not perfect, you know. But God, you know, being a Christian and being raised as a Christian, and me raising my kids as a Christian has a lot of values, because it teaches me principles and moral values, and it goes hand in hand in what I do. So if I don't have good morals or good principles and values in what I do, how can something I build, or something that, you know, I manufacture, or I put together, or a circuit board that I make it work? You know, if I'm not passionate about that, if I'm not passionate about my wife, you know, it reflects.
Right.
So it reflects in everything that we do. So yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
I was just gonna.
Do you want to?
I was just gonna play this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, I would like to show you guys, but I don't have the close-up camera. So, but I'm gonna play on the Toolbox amp that I was just showing you. And it's how many watts is this?
On a good day, about, realistically, about 12.5.
It's unbelievable.
You know, but you know,
12 watts.
Yeah.
I mean, we can turn it up. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference online, but if we turn the power soak up, because you also create. Let me
Power soak.
let me show that to everybody so they know what we're talking about. Here, I'm just going to unplug it for a second and bring it over to a camera, or I'll let you talk about it, open it up, and we'll stick to. Tell you what, if you want to, or get
No, that's all right.
whichever camera. This one, if you want to get close to it, I can put it on that camera. so they could see it. But let's see.
That's all right.
Okay. Yeah. So tell me, what does this device do?
So this is a power soaker or a choke, what they call it. Let me tell you a little bit about this before I build. So let me tell you what it does. So what it does is it brings down the impedance in the sound from your amp to your speaker. So if you have a setting on your amp and your pedal board is all dialed in with your amp.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have it at number 6 and it sounds really good, really crunchy.
Yeah,
really soupy.
Feeling it.
Yeah, and then you go play somewhere, a venue, and you can't play that loud. You gotta bring.
But wait a minute. When you do that, you lose your tone because of tube amp.
You lose your tone.
So
this what this does is you get to keep all of that.
All right.
And this actually just brings the volume down from your speaker. It's not your volume on your amp, it's the volume through your
So it's basically soaking up the volume, but you still get the distortion from the tube breaking up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You get that break up on the tubes, just like you're playing full volume if you want, but it's not full volume decibel wise. It brings it down to a manageable level.
Yeah. And you get to keep your tone. Well, this one here, I actually built it last minute. I literally bought this.
It's a prototype.
Yeah, it's a prototype. I built it from junk that I had in my garage.
Amazing, man.
I could tell Joe, look at this. This is bigger than this one. You know, I was like, he said, why? I said, because I just built. Actually, I built it out of necessity. I had so at my church, I'm playing, and the worship pastor back then said, hey, you know, we're going to play here, blah, blah, blah. And then last minute he said, you know what, we're going to play in the green room. I'm like, oh, that's a smaller room. So I need to keep my tone, but then I need my volume down.
Yeah.
So out of necessity, I built this thing out of scrap from basically what I had in my garage. And it's, you know, you can buy them online for like $350 that are built.
Yeah.
All the
bells. Okay. Let me tell you this. I've got one that I bought before you let me borrow this one, and this is a Buiilder power soak, and it's nice. Basically, the big knob here is the same as this knob. I gotta tell you though, tone-wise, this sounds way better than this. This does something to the tone a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it colors it somehow. Mm-hmm. So it does its job, and there's nothing wrong with this for $100. I mean, this is great. But if you had this and you had this and listened to both of them side by side, you wouldn't want this one. You'd want this one because this is giving you. It doesn't color or degrade the tone at all. It just brings down the volume level. Let's give a little demo of that. How about that?
And one of the things like a lot of the stuff that I built is all hand wired, and that makes a big difference than having a PC board.
I'm gonna turn this up all the way to start.
Go ahead.
Or no, kind of demo.
Yeah.
So if I tell you what, let me shut off this, and I'll just have a little reverb on it. Oh, you play because I'll work the knobs.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
So this is with the power soak off, and it's getting loud. That's 50%. It's very loud. Now we're going to go up to 75%. that's in the guitar.
Yeah.
Can you turn me up a little bit, the guitar's okay? I was turning down on the amp.
What?
Keep going.
Like, that good?
Ah,
Oh,
beautiful.
oh yeah, that's very soupy. That tastes good.
It's a good sounding amp. So, anybody else in your family build stuff?
Yeah, my brother, he
Gabriel?
no,
Oh,
Landy,
Landy.
Landy, he's a he builds caskets and coffins.
Right,
You know,
right.
I have,
Okay.
but yeah, he I mean, he builds it. He has his own funeral service, and he builds casket and coffins in Belize.
Amazing. I mean, like,
Started from like high end wood.
all beautiful. I've seen
Yeah.
them. I mean,
Yeah.
you almost feel terrible burying them because
Yeah, I know, it's beautiful wood. Yeah, he said, somebody said, why are you burying pretty wood? Like, you know, so, so the soaker, yeah, it came out of necessity, and I never thought about, that it was awesome until you said, this is a lot different than my soaker that I have. And, you know, it's basically just an LP potentiometer. And it has to do a lot with the gauge the wire, and honestly that little tin box is from that cookie box, and I got it at Goodwill for like $1. So and I just spray painted it, and you saw some holes I made in it
for heat
for
sinks.
heats, yeah. So yeah, it's fun, and then you get to play it.
Do we want to play some acoustic?
Sure, let's play some acoustic guitar
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Tell you what, I'm going to grab. Yeah, let me get that one, the Gibson. Okay, so we got here. This is a 60s Gibson. I don't remember what model it is. You can see it's got some beautiful checking on it.
Patina.
Yeah, patina. And the one you're playing is a 68 Yamaha FG300 red label.
Yeah, it's red label.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful guitar.
Play with a pick like this? Try it. Rubber pick. And this pick is supposed to sound like a 12 string. Let's see if it does. Sounds different. It does. A little snaggy, but let me try this one. So, yeah, for our last few minutes, and I do apologize for all the technical issues we had earlier. Hopefully these streams will get better and better, but I hope it didn't subtract from the wonderful information. And you know what, let's hold up your amps so people can see them. Yeah, because that's what we're highlighting, is you and your amps. So, tell me, as I hold one up to the camera, let's see.
That's actually a amp that I built I was on vacation with my wife and I had nothing to do. I was bored, and I built it out of parts that I had from an old radio.
This is awesome.
From an old radio I had, and it's basically a circuit from a Champ. It's basically a Champ.
Oh, okay, Fender Champ.
Yeah, it's basically a Fender Champ. Yeah.
All right. And this one's nice.
That's the beast right
Oh,
there.
well, we got to plug this one in.
That one is loud. That one is.
Okay, we got to try this one then.
That one is probably the loudest amp that I've built. It's probably 20 watt.
Let's give it a try.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's give it. We'll swap it.
I haven't played it in a while, but
if you want to or not.
no, go ahead. Yeah. You got there's 2 channels on it.
Make some room here. Alright, put this baby right here. This is our output. Okay. I'm trying not to show my butt to the camera, but okay, and our input is, wait a minute. This is our input right here. Which plug?
I don't remember. One of them is a high and a low.
Okay.
I think so. So your channels are like this. Look, that's channel 1 and channel 2.
Oh, right here and here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so volume 1 and volume 2?
Yes.
So you could patch, okay.
Yes, you can patch it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Let's tell you what, let me bring everything down.
Yeah.
Start with,
You need to plug it in.
I just plugged in. Let me see. Oh, maybe not all the way.
There you go.
Yeah, that always helps when you plug it in. Alright, let's see. Let me hook you up with, grab that, you know what, I got a guitar you haven't played on yet.
Go ahead.
And this,
You play it.
okay, I'll play it, yeah. This is a beast.
It's still connected to the software, you should know that.
Yeah, this is, okay, well let's see what we got.
Your volumes are down.
That's the volume 2. This is tone. Gotcha. Let me kick this off. Okay, picks flying everywhere.
So your soaker is on. volume, you can actually fix it. Yeah. So you can have it, the first tone, the first volume.
Okay.
You can play it, but you can also adjust it with the second volume. It changes a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my tweaks that I did.
Love that you hear the harmonics.
You got that channel. What channel? The channel 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Channel 2, I think it's a little fat. Channel 2.
Right here?
Yeah.
Or there?
Yeah, right there.
Oh.
I think, I don't remember.
I see.
I haven't played in a while, so. I think that's the same channel.
I see something there.
Yeah, it's a little fat. It's a little different. Here, brother. It sounds good, man.
No, I'm
I
not.
mean,
But yeah.
it sounds really good. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a beast, man. I love that.
Oh, that app is a killer. That. I mean, you can tell the difference when you picked it up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I saw your face like, we gotta play this.
Have you played this? Did you play this one?
Yeah.
How you like the net?
Oh, that
Pretty nice.
Card, yeah.
This is a 70s Univox lawsuit Les Paul. Yeah, pretty cool. So James, man, I apologize for all the technical issues.
It's all right.
I think though we ended up having some fun, right?
Yeah.
And thanks for sharing a little bit. We're gonna do another one when we get everything straightened out and go a little more depth.
Yeah.
Hit some other things. And thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I'm Joe Lombardi. This is James Cow. Strikes and Strings. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right. Now, how do you hit the end button? Here's the end button right here. And